Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Department of National Defense hosts Women's Health Seminar in celebration of National Women's Month. Philippine Fleet conducts unilateral exercises in West Philippine Sea. LGUs for continued mosquito control measures to prevent rise in dengue cases during rainy season. LTFRB suspends road safety training for PUV drivers and conductors.
Good day everyone, as well as our troops at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. Today is Wednesday, March 12, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. In behalf of Prof. Suzon, this is Joyce Imbahon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the Department of National Defense successfully hosted a seminar on women's health in celebration of the National Women's Month, held at Office of the Civil Defense, Multimedia Room, Camp General Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. The seminar aimed to empower participants by addressing key topics, reinforcing the DND's commitment to gender equality and women's well-being. In his message, Senior Undersecretary Ireneo C. Espeno, Chairman of the DND Gender and Development Focal Point System, highlighted the significance of prioritizing women's health in the pursuit of gender equality. Meanwhile, the seminar served as a platform for knowledge sharing and open discussions, enabling participants to engage with experts and gain valuable insights into improving their health.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the Philippine Navy's Philippine Fleet conducted simultaneous unilateral and gunnery exercises in the West Philippine Sea. The said exercise aimed to boost performance in warfighting, humanitarian assistance and disaster response, and enhance the operational readiness of its naval forces. The BRP Jose Rizal FF-150 and offshore patrol vessel BRP Ramon Alcaraz PS-16, along with the fleet's pioneering landing dock BRP Tarlac LD-601, participated in the unilateral exercises. Meanwhile, the exercises are bolstered the fleet's overall operational performance and sharpen the skills and effectiveness of participating naval vessels.
DWDD Armed Forces News. Armed Forces Radio.
For other updates, let us hear the details about 18th Infantry Battalion facilitates iftar and hijab distribution in MNLF community. Go on for the details, Gio.
Yes, Jai, the 18th Infantry Direct Patriot Battalion facilitated an iftar and hijab distribution activity for the women in the Moro National Liberation Front community of Barangay Parang Basak, Lamitan City, Basilan. Along with the 18th Infantry Battalion were the Kaagapay Basileños, the Provincial Government of Basilan's Gender and Development Office, and the Local Government Unit of Lamitan City. The activity aimed to underscore the significance of supporting women, especially in rural and disadvantaged areas. Meanwhile, the activity was attended by around 120 women from the said community who also expressed gratitude for the generosity of the troops and its partners. This is Gio reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gio.
DWDD Armed Forces.
And the Philippine Air Force confirmed that its grounded FA-50 fighter jets fleet will still be available for deployment if needed. The Philippine Air Force spokesperson Colonel Maria Consuelo Castillo said that the jets can be mobilized for urgent national security situations and other serious contingencies. Meanwhile, the grounding of the force's FA-50 fighter jets will not affect the PAF's operation, as alternative aircraft are available for regular patrols and missions.
DWDD Armed Armed Forces News.
And the Armed Forces of the Philippines welcomed its new chief of the AFP Gender and Development Office in an assumption ceremony or assumption of chief of office ceremony for the AFP GADO at the SASAF building, Camp General Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. The said ceremony was presided over by the Deputy Chief of Staff, AFP Lieutenant General Romel P. Roldan, Philippine Air Force, Captain Venus G. Gualdaquever, Philippine Navy GSC, formally assumed her post as the new chief of the AFP GAD office, succeeding Lieutenant Colonel Rachel F. Facunla, FSPA, who served in an acting capacity. Meanwhile, AFP GAD office plays a crucial role in integrating gender-responsive policies, ensuring the welfare of both male and female personnel.
DWDD Armed Forces News. Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear more from Shah about 565th Engineer Battalion. Commander visits OCD and PRO Region 5. Shah?
The 565th Engineer Battalion Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Gerald L. Daen, Philippine Army, paid courtesy visit to Police Colonel Roque A. Bausa, Deputy Regional Director for Operations R3, and to Brigadier General Claudio L. Yucot, Retired Regional Director, Office of Civil Defense at Camp Simeon o La Legazpi City, Albay. During the visit, Police Colonel Bausa and Lieutenant Colonel Daen discusses matters that will enhance the cooperation in engineering support for peace and development initiatives and underscore the unit's role in providing critical infrastructure projects, road rehabilitation, and assistance in calamity-affected areas. Afterwards, Lieutenant Colonel Daen proceeded to the OCD and discussed matters regarding the battalion's engineering support in disaster response, such as road clearing, emergency shelters, construction, and rehabilitation efforts in the disaster-stricken communities. Meanwhile, the visit is a testament to the unit's commitment to ensure safety, security, and well-being of the communities in the region. This is Shaina Araneta reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Shah.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the 38th Infantry Weekly Battalion facilitated the visit of teachers and child learners from the National Child Development Center of Tupi as part of their educational local field trip. Highlight of the visit was a static display organized by the Scout Platoon of the 38th IB, wherein children engaged in a concise discussion regarding the role of soldiers within the community. Meanwhile, the initiative aimed to enhance the young learners' comprehension of the esteemed profession of soldiery and its critical importance in maintaining peace, security, and development within the community.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for our national news,
DWDD National News.
the Department of Health is calling on the public and local government units to strengthen mosquito control measures. This aims to curb the spread of dengue as cases may increase as the rainy season approaches. The DOH warned that cases could spike as soon as the rains begin, although dengue cases dropped by 10% from February 2 to 15, in which 14,163 cases were recorded. This is lower as compared to 15,742 cases in January 19 to February 1. DOH Secretary Ted Herbosa emphasized the efforts should be made now to prevent Aedes mosquitoes from finding breeding grounds ahead of the rainy season, as they can multiply quickly in standing water.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
From Maguindanao, let us hear a reporter on the ground about troops to hunt down gunmen responsible for burning 10 houses in Maguindanao del Sur. Go on for the details, Gina.
6th Infantry Division is in pursuit of an unidentified armed group responsible for burning 10 houses in the remote villages of Sharif Aguac, Maguindanao del Sur. According to 6ID spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Roden Orbon, Philippine Army, the 33rd Infantry Battalion deployed a quick reaction team to hunt down the gunmen that has been harassing barangays Malingao and Balong. with the 601st Infantry Brigade Commander Brigadier General Edgar Cato, Philippine Army, strongly condemned the atrocities conducted by the gunmen which added burden and chaos to the villagers during the fasting period. Meanwhile, the troops, along with the local government of Sharif Agwak, provided aid to 2025 families displaced caused by the incident. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD National News.
And the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board suspended its comprehensive road safety training program for public utility vehicle drivers and conductors. This is to allow further consultations with stakeholders. LTFRB Chairman Tefelo Gadis III said that while they recognize the need for road safety measures, the agency also acknowledged the concerns of stakeholders. He added that the LTFRB will revise the policy to make it more inclusive, effective, and practical for those who will be directly affected.
DWDD National News.
And Manila Electric Company announced that there would be an increase of 0.2639 per kilowatt hour in March. This brings the overall rate for a typical household to 12 pesos and 29 centavos per kilowatt hour, a slight increase from 12 pesos and 3 centavos per kilowatt hour in February. Meralco added that for residential customers consuming 200 kilowatt hour, the adjustment is equivalent to an increase of around 53 pesos in their total electricity bill. The distribution utility explained the conclusion of the one-time reset fee adjustment and higher transmission charge were among the reasons behind the increase.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And now let us hear more updates from Jess about 31st Infantry Battalion leads presentation of sponsors and escorts for SCCI ROTC units in Sorsogon. Jess?
Under the leadership of Lieutenant Colonel Joy O. Villanueva, Commanding Officer of 31st Infantry Charge Battalion, and the Commandant of Sorsogon College of Criminology Incorporated ROTC Unit, the presentation of sponsors and escort was successfully held on March 9, 2025 at the Sorsogon Sports Complex, Barangay Balogo, Sorsogon City. The event aimed to emphasize the importance of discipline, honor, and responsibility among cadets and young students. In his message, Guest of Honor Lieutenant Colonel Norleo G. Adulam highlighted the role of Reserve Officers Training Corps in shaping patriotic and disciplined future leaders. He encouraged the cadets to continue their training with dedication and integrity as preparation for higher levels of service to the nation. Meanwhile, the 31st IB leadership emphasized that the activity was not just about introducing the sponsors and escort, but also demonstrating of unity among the military, academia, and the community in fostering nationalism and valor among the youth of Sorsogon. The battalion remains committed to promoting discipline, excellence, and love for the country as part of the mission to ensure peace and security in the region. This is Jess from Solcom reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jess.
DWDD National News.
And the Department of Social Welfare and Development signed a memorandum of agreement with the Commission on Elections and the National Council on Disability Affairs to improve voting access for senior citizens and persons with disabilities in the upcoming elections. The SWD Secretary Rex Gatchalian said that this agreement will elevate the voting experience of the vulnerable sectors through collaboration in promoting inclusivity, ensuring easy access to voting, engaging in data sharing, and conducting information campaigns. A key component of the agreement is a set of data security guidelines to protect the personal information of senior citizens and persons with disabilities. The MOA also includes accountability and liability measures to ensure the responsible use of sensitive data.
DWDD National News.
And the Department of Labor and Employment and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority have signed the guidelines for the implementation of the Enterprise-Based Education and Training Framework Act. It aims to equip Filipino workers with needed skills to compete on the global stage. Labor Secretary Benvenido Laguisma and TESDA Director General Jose Francisco Benitez signed the implementing rules and regulations of the EBET law. Benitez said the IRR, crafted by TESDA and stakeholders in a judicious process, carves the path for the Filipino worker to upskill and reskill towards gainful careers.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
We have a report coming in from Kath about flight data recorder of crashed FA-50 to be sent to US for extraction. Kath?
The Philippine Air Force stated that the flight data recorded of the crashed FA-50 fighter jet with tail number 002 will be sent to the United States for data extraction. The said flight data recorded will tell the altitude, airspeed, and flight path or direction taken by the crashed FA-50 aircraft and will provide information that will help the investigator to pinpoint the problems encountered by the pilots. According to PAF spokesperson Colonel Mario Consuelo Castillo of Philippine Air Force, the device will be sent to the U.S. for extraction of data, and there will be an eventual assessment of the original equipment manufacturer. Meanwhile, the PAF is committed in conducting a swift, thorough investigation on the incident. This is Kat reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
And the Philippines have the support of Slovenia in its bid for a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council and its 2016 arbitral tribunal win that invalidated China's expansive claims in the South China Sea. Slovenian Foreign Minister Tanja Fajon said they are strongly committed to international law, to the UN Charter, and to human rights. She added that Slovenia shares those values together with the Philippines and also are fully supportive of the candidacy of the Philippines to the Security Council in the near future. The Philippines is seeking a non-permanent seat in the UNSC for 2027 to 2028, citing its peace-building and counter-terrorism efforts.
DWDD National News.
And Maynilad Water Services Incorporated invested nearly 26 billion pesos in capital expenditure last year to improve water and wastewater services in its service area. 7 billion pesos was allocated for sewage system improvements, including the commencement of the Caloocan and Las Piñas water reclamation facilities. Key facilities such as the Poblacion Water Treatment Plant in Muntinlupa and the Parada Pumping Station in Valenzuela received a combined 6.5 billion pesos in funding. Lastly, Maynilad also earmarked 6 billion pesos for its non-revenue water reduction program, while an additional 4.4 billion pesos was invested in small-scale water treatment facility developments.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
More updates about Marine Battalion Landing Team 8 participates in the official kickoff of Fire Prevention Month 2025. Go ahead for the details, Meljoy.
Yes, good afternoon. In observance of Fire Prevention Month 2025, Marine Battalion Landing Team 8 through the 38th Marine Company actively participated in the official kick-off event at BFP Pagudpod Station, Barangay Poblacion 2, Pagudpod, Ilocos Norte. This initiative, in collaboration with the local Bureau of Fire and Protection and the Philippine National Police and volunteers, underscores their commitment to fire safety and community resilience. Further strengthening the campaign, the 28th Marine Company joined BFP and PNP personnel in the Fire Prevention Month motorcade. The convoy passed through Nueva Era, Solsona, Carasi, and Pidig, Ilocos Norte, spreading awareness on fire safety and disaster preparedness. This unified effort highlights the MBLT-8 unwavering dedication to protecting lives, fostering community safety, and enhancing disaster readiness. This is Meljo Inesio Arroco reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
And the South Korean government has reaffirmed its support for the base's conversion and development authority during a visit of Korean Ambassador Lee Sang-woo at the new Clark City in Tarlac. he toured the city's key facilities and inspected ongoing developments. Lee said it is a great privilege to witness firsthand the remarkable developments and transformative projects that the BCDA has been spearheading to drive economic growth and sustainable development in the country. He also mentioned that he would inform the South Korean government about the BCDA's commitment to ease the impact of the EC ruling and provide assistance to South Koreans.
DWDD National News.
And the Taguig City government signed a memorandum of agreement with 3 Apex hospitals in Metro Manila where residents can go for specialized medical services. Mayor Lani Cayetano said the MOAS aims to further expand their healthcare provider network and provide countrymen with quality yet affordable access to specialized hospital services. These hospitals are East Avenue Medical Center, Rizal Medical Center, and Jose R. Reyes Memorial Center. Cayetano also said Apex hospitals are facilities that can respond to any type of illness or disease.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more from Beth about 3rd Infantry Division will continue to dismantle terror groups in Negros according to 3rd ID Commander. Beth?
The 3rd Infantry Division Commander Brigadier General Michael Samson, Philippine Army, vows to continue its effort to dismantle terror groups and the remnant of New People's Army and Negros Island. The statement came after an armed encounter in a barangay Kaduhaan of Cadiz City, Negros Occidental that resulted to the neutralization of 2 regional officials of the Committee Regional Negros Cebu Bohol, Siquijor, and the recovery of high-powered firearms and explosives. According to 3rd ID Commander, the death of the 2 NPA leaders will serve as a tragic reminder of the harm brought by the communist polls and misguided ideology. Meanwhile, Brigadier General Samson reiterated his call to the remaining member of the communist terrorist group to lay down their arms, return to the fold of the law, and reintegrate back to the society. This is Beth Anita reporting for the AFP Community News, 1 AFP for the stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Beth. And for our final news, agents of the National Bureau of Investigation arrested 4 people for alleged involvement in human trafficking in Makati. The NBI Organized and Transnational Crimes Division conducted an interruption and rescue operation at Me Too Club, an establishment suspected of trafficking women, including minors. NBI said the operation was carried out in coordination with the Makati Social Welfare Development, NBI Human Trafficking Division, Department of Justice Interagency Council Against Trafficking, and a non-government organization. Up to 102 victims of human trafficking, referred to as the customer care assistants, were rescued.
DWDD National News.
And before everything else, we have an announcement about the St. Ignatius School of Camp Aguinaldo is inviting all of its graduates from batch 1965 to 1999 to attend the first General Assembly for the alumni community on March 28, 2025. That will be Friday. Registration will start at 5 p.m. and for more details, you may visit the Facebook page of St. Ignatius School of Camp Aguinaldo. Thank you. That's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience at our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time, same station. Again, this is Justin Bond for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
News update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.